The day is here. Woo! Are you ready?
Yeah.
We have tickets to the SpongeBob movie! Yes, that is right. It feels like it's my birthday. It's like the Super Bowl, you know? It feels like such an event. I cannot wait to get in there. We are gonna go see the new SpongeBob Search for SquarePants movie. I cannot wait. We got the bikini bottom Dutchman drip on. And yes, and I know. I really love it too. We are gonna be going to get some snacks first. We are gonna be going to the AMC theater. Hopefully this video should be dropping the day the movie comes out, or maybe the day after. We're going to an early screening of the movie. You had to like pre-order the tickets a little bit in advance, but we get to see the movie 2 days early, so that way I can get this video out for you guys. And we will be reviewing the movie at the end, but it will be spoiler free, so do not worry, there will be no spoilers in this video, but we're gonna be spoiled with all the treats and the good movies. So we are going to go into Five Below first, and we are going to pick up every SpongeBob snack that is possible so we can go see the movie and put all of it inside of Karina's purse, because that's the greatest thing about having a purse, sneaking food into movies. And then we are going to go over to AMC, the dine-in theater. We're seeing it at IMAX Real 3D because we're freaking baller. Usually I always buy the cheapest movie tickets, but this is the SpongeBob movie, okay? So we paid like a lot for these tickets, like for a movie theater ticket, like I think like over $30 or something like that. Welcome to California. But it's worth it because it's a SpongeBob movie. We're gonna try to pick up any like popcorn buckets they have, drink cups, anything that they got. I'm gonna be trying to pick it up within reason because I don't know how much it's gonna be yet. But I already plan to get all the different popcorn buckets that are coming out. I am already said all the prayers that I can to my wallet. Let's go ahead and head into Five Below, pick up some snacks first, and then let's head to the movie. Okay, so we made it into Five Below. Our goal is to grab one of every single SpongeBob food product that is here. This is the best place to do because they have so many. So starting off, we got to get the best of the best, the sour Krabby Patties. These are good. We got to get the regular ones. I'll pick that up later, okay, after this clip. We gotta get a little Krabby Patty combo meal. We gotta get a little mini Krabby Patty with a toy surprise. We gotta get a little mystery patties challenge, which even though I don't like this one, we gotta get the double patty deluxe with cheese. And we gotta get the jumbos, the even bigger jumbos, the sliders. And I think, is that all of them? No, I feel like we're missing something. There's something we're missing. Let's look on that side. You remember when they used to have the watermelon ones? They don't have those anymore. These are the colors. Technically, these are different from the patty, the pretty patties. They look similar, but these are the colors. So we're gonna grab the colors as well. And I think we grabbed every snack. That's crazy. Like, that was pretty fast, but that's crazy how many options they have here in terms of like SpongeBob like candy. I think that's it though. We're gonna double check, but I cannot wait to eat this during the movie. All right, we're back. Now we are going to go. What, does that seem like that was not at the same time? Like that clip was not just at the same moment? That totally was. What are you giggling about? What? Okay, so we are going now to AMC to see the SpongeBob movie. And of course, we'll get shots of all the displays. Of course, this channel is always to document all the adventures along the way. So to kind of preserve this movie release and what it would have been like to go to the theater at this time, because we're doing it right now. So let's go ahead and head over there. Voyage to the AMC theater. They trudge through the mist, through the bumpy terrain of the California roads to get to see possibly one of the greatest films of all time, the SpongeBob movie. You were supposed to get back on the road, back on the long, treacherous road.
In 1 mile, exit right. Ooh, you and I are bubble buddies now.
Avasti mateys, they have arrived at the AMC. X marks the spot. They have made it. They look for a place to drop anchor and park their ship. Are you ready, First Mate Karina?
Yeah. You gonna talk like that forever?
Until we get to the ticket booth. Yes, I will. All right, so we are going in right now. What are your expectations? What do you think it's gonna be? Come on, give us the details.
A 10 is gonna be incredible.
Okay, a 10. I think it's going to be a 10 as well, but I think on the scale of the SpongeBob movies, I'm thinking that this one is going to be the second best ever.
Yeah,
because you can't beat the first. Like, that's a phenomenon of like the time that it was in.
Yeah.
It can never be replicated. So I think this is going to be the second best. What do you what?
I think you're just trying to like hide in the camera.
The old lady with your purse right here. All right. What is your favorite SpongeBob movie ever?
First one.
That's a good answer. Let's get in there. Okay, so all the theaters have different like buckets and stuff. So AMC has this little like SpongeBob drinking cup here. We'll be getting this, and then they also have this popcorn bucket. So like I said, all the theaters have a different one going on. So it's gonna be a journey trying to collect all of them. They also have this plush here, as well as a Patrick you can see on top of the drink cup, and a little mini bucket as well too. I think I'm going to get Karina this little small drink cup. I'm going to get this one here, and then we're gonna get the popcorn bucket and the plush. I don't think I really need the bucket. I mostly just want like the figural style buckets here. Very, very cool piece. I wish they had like some ears, like the bunny ears they have here for the Judy Hop in the Zootopia movie, but hey, it's still pretty cool. We're gonna get this first. Could be wrong, but I think Karina went into the wrong restroom. We will find out, but I'm pretty sure she did. Oh no, okay, my bad. She actually went to that one. I thought you went into that restroom. So look at what we got. So since we came to the early access, we got this limited edition SpongeBob movie poster, which is him as a Christmas tree. That is so sweet. And then we also have the real 3D sticker here as well that you guys can see with all the different characters on it. So cool. And then we have some glasses, because again, we're gonna be seeing it in the real 3D. These are like SpongeBob jellyfishing glasses. We're gonna call it that. And of course, they also have this, which is a SpongeBob Icy. This is an exclusive Icy. It's got the Very Very Cherry and the Mr. Krabs Blue Raspberry. It's like normal flavors, but then they just like give like a name at the beginning. I love it. That's what I'm all about, is the branding. I didn't even know there was a Patrick. I know, I didn't even know there was a Patrick one. So they have the Patrick one with the little hook on the top. That is cool as heck. And they have like does yours have like a rubbery feel on it kind of? This one is the SpongeBob one here. It's got the hat on top too. Very cool. And then this was a combo, and it came with the plushie. It was already kind of a lot. I think I paid like $100 for everything, but I mean, you know, this is like, I don't really do this usually with movies, so I'm gonna just accept it for what it is. But I did only get the SpongeBob one. They also had a Patrick and Gary one. I'll be on the lookout for one of those in the wild probably. And then you also have another drink cup, which I'm glad I got this one because it has all the other characters here on the outside. And I don't know if the figure is maybe on the inside, hopefully. We'll see. And they also have this little bucket as well. I wasn't gonna get this one, but it just came with that combo, so a little bonus bucket too. Okay, and it's like a little bit of a mystery because they have all 4 characters you could get, but I got Squidward here for this cup, so there is more I'm gonna have to go out there and try to collect. I have to get the Squidward one. I have the Squidward one. I have to get the Patrick, the Gary, and also the SpongeBob, and maybe a Patrick one too. So, you know, if I would have tried to get all of this, it probably would have been like $300. So at least we got like the best we could of everything. We even had to get a bag because we had so much stuff. So what drink did you end up getting? Ooh, okay, I'm gonna get that too. I wanted one of us to try the cherry, but let's be real, nobody really likes cherry, right? If you have to pick between one of these two, which one are you guys picking? Obviously the blue Raz, Mr. Krabs. Okay, so we are on our way to the movie now. We did also get the popcorn boat too, but we will check that out after the movie because you actually have to build it. So we got the popcorn in this little bucket over here anyway, so we'll be eating it out of that. So this cute little countdown too for the movie. It says 5 minutes till countdown is over. They have these awesome little trailers too. We're not gonna film too much because copyright, but very, very cool. Okay, we are out of it, and that was so awesome. It just felt so cool to be able to see a SpongeBob movie in theaters again. This car driving by is listening to Big Guy. They were geared up. They were like, that was awesome. We heard that song so many times through the movie too. And then the whole intro, like, so there was a little countdown. I'm pretty sure I wanted to film it because, like, you know, like, I just because I know a lot of this stuff. So they had like a pre-show that was maybe like 10 minutes long where they had like these games you could play and some like kind of special animation and stuff that was for the pre-show, for the countdown to the movie. And they've had that for other movies, and a lot of times it becomes lost media because like nobody can record it. The theaters don't upload it, of course. So then it just kind of becomes obscurity. I tried to get a couple shots of some small stuff, but unfortunately, like I can't just film the movie theater screen, obviously. But what I was saying is it just felt so cool to like finally see a SpongeBob movie in theaters. When I was sitting there in the theater, I was thinking it has been 10 years since the last SpongeBob movie was in theaters here in the US at least, or at least in California, because the third SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run, was in theaters, but it was not here in the US because during that was the pandemic, so they didn't have it in theaters. So the last movie that I saw for SpongeBob in the theaters was Sponge Out of Water in 2015. So it has been a decade since then. So it just feels so crazy to be at the movie theater watching SpongeBob. Awesome experience. Let's get inside the car and we'll talk about the movie. Okay, so what do you rate the movie? You don't have to be biased. You don't have to be biased. Genuinely, I'm the person that's supposed to be like 10 out of 10. You know? So they want a real answer from you. What do you think on a scale of 1 to 10?
I think it was perfect. I have nothing bad to say.
On a scale of 1 to 10 then?
9.9?
9.9.
Like nothing
A
bad.
10 would be the best movie you've ever seen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it's 9.9? All right, for me, I would rank the movie a 10 because of the fact that it's SpongeBob and because I love SpongeBob and it's just, you know, it's the whole experience. If I was rating it as somebody, because I'm trying to do a somewhat honest review for everybody, obviously it's not the first one. You know what I mean? The first one's incredible, but also when we saw the first one, I was 10 years old. You were how old?
6.
6 years old, you know what I mean? So it's gonna be kind of the same thing. Like as you get older, different things hit. So like there was a lot of stuff that I found really, really funny. The movie was so fun. Just seeing the world in like this big screen was amazing. Seeing the 3D glass. That was the first movie I'd seen in 3D since like forever. I will say that the movie was so fun to watch because if you watch the first movie a bunch of times, the formula is very similar to the first movie. Do you notice a lot of similarities to the first one?
But it's cool.
It's cool. It's kind of like an homage to the first movie. I mean, even with the whole thing, like him becoming a big guy, very similar to him becoming a man, a manager. Now that they're men, you know, very similar in that way. There was a couple scenes that literally like I blurted out laughing. Like they were literally like, you know, like those kind of moments where like like those relieving laughs where it's like a genuine, like hearty laugh, which nowadays is kind of rare. You know, in this day and age, we have social media, so everything is like, you know, where everything's constantly coming for your attention to make you laugh. So sometimes you're just doing those like but I was like genuinely laughing.
You never really laugh in like when you watch movies, but this you were laughing every 5 minutes. You were laughing at something like
because there was so much. It was just so much better than I expected. I'm not gonna lie, my expectations, I was a little worried because like he's SpongeBob, you know what I mean? It's like he's my guy. It was kind of like, it's like if you have like a son who's going to perform, you want him to do well. You know, you're like, please do well, you know, do a great job. So like I was just super excited. I would say that there is some jokes that are kind of like very kiddie, you know what I mean? Like some jokes for kids, but of course it's a kids movie. And what I did hear was a lot of kids in the background laughing.
yeah.
Like a lot of the stuff that we were laughing at, they weren't laughing
that's
at.
what I was thinking
And the stuff
too.
that we weren't laughing at, they thought was hilarious. So I think that that's the things you have to remember when you see the movie is if you are an adult, remember you're an adult. You know what I mean? You're gonna find different things funny than you did when you were a kid. And the fact that there was so many kids laughing just made me feel so happy because I was those kids in the seat. And I'm sure when I saw the first movie, my parents were laughing at different things than I was laughing at. Same way when I watch the SpongeBob movie now, I see so many things as funny that I didn't see funny as a kid just because I get them or understand them on a different level. But overall, the story was amazing.
It was so entertaining too. Like this didn't feel like we were watching a movie. It feels like we watched a 10 minutes video. But it was like 2 hours long.
There was a lot of stuff that they did to keep your your attention, which I think is really, really important nowadays. If I was like a SpongeBob novice, I would say like as an animation movie, I would give it like probably like an 8.5 or a 9. But for me, I'm giving it a 10. But that's that's because I understand SpongeBob and I understand the world very well. But I can see if you went into that movie not really having the grounding of everything SpongeBob and the lore and really just how different SpongeBob's humor is comparatively to a lot of other movies, I could see that being off-putting and maybe being like an 8 for some people. But for me personally, it was a 10. I felt like it was completely on brand with SpongeBob. It did a lot of things at the movie I wanted it to do. I just can't give it a perfect score because a perfect score would be the first movie, you know? And it's just because like the way that the first movie hits and like the emotional level too, even at the end of the movie, you know?
Yeah, I cried.
It's so hard to like really produce. But I'm glad, even though the movie was kind of formulaically similar to the movie, they didn't try to make some like sad thing at the end to make you like, oh, it's like the first movie. You know, it wasn't forcing itself and it still had its own identity, which I did like about the movie. And I'm also a Dutchman fanboy. I mean, look, come on. So getting to see the Dutchman, like, although I did want the original voice of the Dutchman, Mark Hamill did an amazing job at it. I mean, he kind of had like, he kind of sounded like the Joker a little bit, but if the Joker had an eye patch. So it was a little different, you know, but after a while I got used to it. And I think that the design for the Dutchman looked fantastic. There were so many like shots where they were like complete screensaver worthy. They were so cool looking. The underworld was absolutely beautiful. Like it's this nautical kind of like hell-like landscape that is kind of hard to even fathom when you just think about it, but they brought it to life in such a cool way that I didn't expect. And it felt like they were still in the same, like it felt like it was a part of Bikini Bottom, but just like the deepest depths of it. And I liked how they had like a lot of, without spoiling anything, a lot of pirate motifs that have to do with like the depths of the ocean developed into the underworld and like the lore. It felt like there was a lot of like old sea tale inspiration to the underworld, which was freaking amazing. I thought that, okay, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I thought Ice Spice was gonna have a bigger role.
Really?
She said like 2 things and that was it for the whole movie. She said like 2 things at the start and then that was it. I thought she was gonna be like a character, you know?
She was.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. I thought she was gonna be in the movie more, but she was. Her song was throughout the whole movie. But what I think is that what made this movie amazing is stuff like this. Like the whole branding for everything. Like that's what takes a movie to that next level for me, is like getting to see the billboards, seeing the merch, seeing the drink cups, you know, like all of this type of stuff really makes you so much more excited for the film. And I think for kids especially, going around seeing like the school notebooks, the backpacks, seeing the t-shirts available places, the ice cream, like all of this awesome merchandise, the cereal, I mean, come on. They made so much stuff to make you hyped up for the movie that I think it makes the movie hit even harder for you. So shout out to the SpongeBob team. There was a lot of people that worked on the original SpongeBob series that actually worked on this movie. There's so many like callbacks to the first episode, and there's so many callbacks to the early seasons. So I think a lot of like the old head SpongeBob fans like me are really gonna appreciate it. In fact, in the beginning of the movie, again, without spoiling anything, there's several different callbacks to the pilot episode of SpongeBob. I was gonna tell you about them, but I didn't want to be like, oh, this is from this. Oh, this is from that. Like super nerd. This is from this. But there was a lot of really cool callbacks to the pilot episode, which I thought was really sweet. I just think it's a fun movie. It's an experience. You could take your kids, your family with you to watch it, and you're gonna all have a good time. You're gonna all have different things that make you laugh, and you're gonna walk away from it feeling good. A lot of movies nowadays, you walk away, you feel sad, you feel scared, you feel stressed, you feel, you feel miserable by the end of the movie because it's like, oh, it's an emotional drama that's like really cinematically, brilliant or whatever. This movie, you're gonna watch it, you're gonna feel good, you're gonna feel happy by the end of it, and I think that's the goal. And for that reason, I'm in. I'm gonna give it a freaking 10 from my personal, very biased perspective, okay? But again, as we said with the Wendy's burger, if you came here for a true movie review, you came to the wrong place. 10 out of 10, baby. All right, so I'm gonna go, me and Joe Cool here with their sunglasses. You kept those, recycle those.
That's yours. I recycled mine, but you kept.
You knew what I did.
It's way too big. I used the kid one.
You knew what I did. You could have recycled mine. But we're gonna go home. I'm gonna go back to the cavern. We're gonna check out all of this merchandise up close and give you a couple more of my more thorough thoughts after letting it sit for a little bit. I cannot wait to see those posters. I can't wait to build my popcorn bucket, and then now begins the hunt for all the other popcorn buckets. Let's go. Okay, so we are back here in the cavern. Sorry if it's a little weird. I don't have all the lights on in here. It's a little bit late, but we have everything we picked up here as well. Only thing I didn't get is a physical ticket. If you guys are going to go see the SpongeBob movie in theaters, especially if you're going on open night and you happen to get a physical ticket, I would greatly appreciate it. I would absolutely cherish that to be in the collection. I have an opening day ticket for every single movie except for this one, so you know, if any of you guys will go to the theater that gives you a physical ticket, hit me up. We got the mail address on screen. I would greatly appreciate it instead of just throwing it away. But let's take a look at everything we picked up here. First off, we have the Patrick cup here. They have this really rubbery material to it. You guys can see as we're getting the shots, there's a lot of dust all over it. That was from me trying to use a drying towel, you know, after washing it. So I can say that this this material, although it feels really nice quality, it gives you you know, feels a little bit more premium than a basic plastic cup. I can say over time it will probably, you know, be a little bit of a fingerprint magnet. I love that they have his hat on top here, and I was surprised that they actually added this little hook here because this piece at the end is actually pretty sharp. So, you know, being that kids are probably going to use it, I'm just surprised that they actually left it like that, but still really cool. And it actually holds up, so you could hook the cup up just like this if you wanted to, and it does hold. And same thing for the SpongeBob cup. His has his swashbuckler's hat on, and he is also that same kind of squishy material. I do like that rubbery material though. It feels really satisfying in the hand. Obviously, you know, this type of stuff you get at the theaters. The movie theater is famous for being expensive when it comes to anything, right? So it's no shock that this stuff was expensive. These cups were $24 or $25 each. So this was $50 of cups here, which is crazy. But, you know, it's part of the experience. I am on the search for getting the other stuff as well. We'll cover some of that stuff here as well, so some of the other theater items you could pick up. I'm going to be trying to pick them up, but I also am somebody who goes to flea markets, thrift stores, and I see a lot of these type of movie items there. So I'm going to wait a little bit because I think right now all the items are going to be super expensive because the movie's just coming out. People want to get it for their kids, maybe for a little bit less in the theaters. So they're going to go online and pick it up. I'm probably going to wait a tiny bit to when people start, you know, kind of letting go of it. And then I think the prices are going to be a little bit better on some of the accessories. And who knows, we might even find a lot in the wild, but I will relentlessly be hunting an entire set of all these SpongeBob movie products. Next up here, really glad we were able to get this, and shout out to Karina, she actually gave me her poster as well. We have this really cool SpongeBob Christmas tree poster that they gave us. It's got Patrick on top of the tree, and then you've got SpongeBob built into a Christmas tree with the Christmas lights all around him. This kind of in some ways was marketed as a Christmas movie. In a lot of the trailers it said coming this Christmas. It actually isn't on Christmas, but it is in the Christmas time. So it's cool. They kind of had a little special item for people that came here early to the early release essentially. So really glad that we got that. We also got with that these stickers here. They're just some basic stickers. They're not glitter or anything like that. You know, it's free. It's a little addition with your ticket. Got 2 packs of these stickers as well too. I do wish that the plushes were a little more affordable just because I wanted all of them. I will say that the ones they have at Walmart are a little bit better quality and they glow in the dark, and these ones are $15 at the theater. So if you really just want a plush, you could get the one at Walmart, but I do want to get the theater exclusive one. So I got SpongeBob. There was also a Mr. Krabs one, Gary, and a Patrick. So I will be on the hunt for those ones as well. I could only pick one though with my popcorn bucket, so I had to pick my boy Sponge, of course. You couldn't buy the plushies separately. You had to buy it in this $30 combo. So unfortunately, I wasn't going to pay $120 for just the plushies. We got the bucket here, which I didn't even really necessarily want this bucket. I just got this one for the plush. I mostly, when I say I'm going to try to get a complete collection of all of these figure style cups and all of the popcorn buckets, because this is really where the cool factor comes in for me. This is by a company called Snapco. They snap in the SpongeBob figure here, which is an incredible sculpt. Unbelievable how good of a job they did on it, but I'm kind of, you know, expecting that at $30 for popcorn bucket. but it really does look awesome. He's got his paddle there. It gives me like that, what are those Italian boats that go through the water and they like sing while you're there? People usually propose in it and stuff. It kind of like has like that kind of vibe to it, but of course it's SpongeBob, and it does fit the popcorn in there. Not a ton of popcorn, not even the amount of popcorn that I had. So I just left this thing clean. I mostly just wanted it for the figure, and it seemed like that was a pretty common thing because the guy didn't even give me the popcorn in this. He was just like, oh yeah, and here's the figure. And I'll also be trying to collect all of these different figureheads on top of them. This one is the Squidward one. I'm gonna leave it in the packaging for right now, but we have the Squidward one here. The cup has a 360 design, which is really cool, featuring all of the main characters featured in the film. The film had a surprising lack of Plankton, Sandy, Mrs. Puff. I mean, pretty much who you see on this container, besides like some, you know, minor pop-ups here and there, this is who you're going to hear from and see throughout the film, which I was shocked at how small the cast kind of was, but it worked. So that is everything we picked up here. We're gonna feature some of the other popcorn buckets that are available. So for those of you guys that are thinking about which theater maybe you want to go to, some people may have a selective choice of theaters and you might have to just pick the ones that are near you. But if you live in an area that has multiple options, I'm gonna show you some of the items that are available. This is my local theater. If you've watched any of our movie videos before, I always go to this theater. So even though I do like the popcorn bucket even better at another location, I wanted to go to this one because it's the theater I feel comfortable at, and I didn't want to get this one anyway, so it was another one to get. So let's take a look here. So at AMC, that's what we got right here, this bucket. The other buckets is at fandango.com. You can order this LED Patrick, and some of them are available online only. So at Cinemark, which I actually don't know if there's a Cinemark near me, that might be like more of a Midwest thing. At Cinemark, you can get this treasure trunk for popcorn, which is very cool. It's a nice size treasure trunk too. We don't have a Cinemark here, and I do love that one, but I do like the figure style ones a lot too. I think the trunk might be like my third favorite after the two figure style ones. The next one that I think may be the best one is the Regal Cinema one that comes with a popcorn bucket that is SpongeBob sitting on a Regal chair, and then also is a drink compartment on the back. So it is a drink and also popcorn bucket in one. And if you decide not to get the drink and popcorn combo, they do have a Viewmaster drink cup that also comes with a Viewmaster like effect to it where you can look through SpongeBob's binoculars, and I suppose it changes the images probably related to the film. And for the popcorn, it has just a regular like tin style popcorn with a transparent view so you can see the popcorn. And then much like this cup, they have this same style cup, but it's with figures of all the characters sitting on Regal Theater seats. I think Regal probably had the best overall package, and second best would probably be AMC. So it depends on which of these popcorn buckets you prefer, but AMC and Regal are pretty big everywhere, I think. Next up is at a theater I've never heard of called B&B Theaters. You can get this Pirate SpongeBob popcorn bucket, which is just SpongeBob's body basically. You can get this Island Dome cup, which is SpongeBob with like a little snow globe on top. And you can also get at local theaters this glowing SpongeBob cup that has an LED light inside of it that makes your cup glow, which I think is really cool, but could be probably annoying in theaters with kids lighting up their cups throughout the film. At Cinemark as well, you can also get this Patrick and SpongeBob sippy cups that are just SpongeBob and Patrick like figures essentially as cups. We got those very similar style ones with the Sponge on the Run film, so it's cool to kind of see that design back. At some local theaters, they have these really crazy stainless steel SpongeBob the Movie tumblers that say Sponge Life is for me. And then also at some local theaters, they have SpongeBob blankets, these tubs, duckies, and then there are some other popcorn buckets that are like, you know, more miscellaneous, some other cups as well too, but those are all your figure style ones. So that's for me is what I want to collect, is all the stuff that is figure based, so there's like a little bit of like some, you know, something to it, something more displayable than just the basic popcorn containers and buckets. I mean, don't get me wrong, if I find any of those other like buckets like this, it looks like the local theaters have a black version of this, I will absolutely pick them up if I see them for a cheap price. But like for the retail, like crazy prices that they are, I mostly want to focus on this style stuff. I think I covered all of the different cups and stuff like that. There's a lot of fun stuff out there, and the journey is going to continue to collect all these things. And once I do, you know, you will get a full-length review of every single product. It may not be for a few months, maybe it'll be when the DVD comes out, I don't know, but we will do a full showcase of all of the movie stuff. Super hyped that we were able to do this again. And again, if you have a physical ticket, please, I need your help. Please send me a physical ticket. All right. overall experience for the movie, now that I've just sat on it a little bit longer, I want to see it again. Like, I really want to go see it a second time. So I think for that reason alone, I'm just going with a solid 9.5 out of 10. Only leaving that little bit of room there because the first movie is a 10, so this is a 9.5. And then that would make the second movie for me like an 8, and then Sponge on the Run like a 7.5. So this is by far the best SpongeBob movie besides the first one. It feels such like a 2000s vibe with SpongeBob. Like, the comedy feels very on tone with a 2000s SpongeBob movie. So all those callbacks and the style of the film, if you're an old school SpongeBob head, you are going to love it. On that note though, if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe if you are new here. If you guys want to support this show further, consider joining our Patreon or also becoming a member here on YouTube. If you are a SpongeBob fan, a fan of 90s, 2000s cartoon history and archiving, you want to be a part of this Patreon because you are supporting that goal and everything I do here to make this show possible. It directly has an impact on my life and everything that we do here. You get content that is not available anywhere else, but number one, most importantly, you get the reassurance of knowing that you are supporting this show and keeping it coming for years and years to come, hopefully, and hoping us to grow and expand this show. You can also go to my Whatnot stream where I'm live every Wednesday and Friday at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time. When you sign up, you get $15 for free just for signing up, and you can come hang out with us live. That link is down below as well. Before we go anywhere, you know the drill. Big guy, scan it! Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. If you saw the movie, let me know in the comments down below. If you guys want to join the Patreon, YouTube, whatnot, our eBay page is down below. All that good stuff. Go take a look. I'll see you guys in this video over here. And as always, I'll see you beautiful people in the next one. Adios and bloop!